Hi everyone, Tracy here with Paper Closet Designs, and today I'm going to start a new video series on how to use your iPad with Cricut Design Space and the SVG files that you can download either from Paper Closet Designs on my Etsy store or on my Scrapchick. It seems like the last little bit we've had a lot of people asking, emailing, messaging how to download those files, how to use them in the Design Space app on your iPad. So that's what this video series is going to be. And today we're going to start with the first step, which is to download and import your files. So get your iPad ready and let's get started. There's a couple of things that you need to know. And the first one is that you have to have the internet so that you can download those files, and then you also need an app that lets you unzip your files. All the files come zipped. That means they're condensed, and the Design Space won't open those condensed files. So you need an app. I use Unzip. It's a free app. They have others. You can buy the upgraded version of Unzip, but you don't need it. If you don't buy the upgraded version, you will have ads come across your screen, and you'll see that in a minute when we switch over to the iPad. But it's a free app, and there's other apps too that you can use as well. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to make this little 3D box. It's the square tote with the 3D bow. Perfect for Christmas, Valentine's, birthdays, just almost anything. But let's go ahead and get started, and I will meet you over on the iPad. Oh, one other thing, be sure and click subscribe down below so that you can get all of my videos. Thank you. Okay, we're at the iPad, and here is the file or the app that I used. It's called Unzip. You'll also need your Cricut app. You'll need a way to access your files, and you'll need to be connected to the internet. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go to the internet, and I'm going to look up my Scrapchick, and then you need to be logged in, and you're going to go to my accounts. And once you're in my accounts, you're going to go to order history, and then there is a list of all of your files that you have purchased. So right here in this area right here, under the date, it has the files that I just recently purchased, and we are going to do the PCD square box with handle and bow. So if I click on it, on show download options, and then I click on the little file below it, it's going to pop up and it's going to ask me where I want to open it. And so I'm going to open it in my Unzip app, and there it comes. There's my little ad that I told you that it has on it. And then here is all of my files. And it says, would you like to unzip all files? I'm going to say okay. And it's going to give me another ad. We're just going to close the ad and go back to Unzip again. That's where if you find that you're doing this a lot, you might want to actually purchase the app so that you're not having to do this, but it doesn't bother me, so I'm not gonna worry about it. So over here on the left hand side, there is a picture of what my image should look like once it's all cut out. We have DXF files, those are for other cutting machines. Design Space, that's for your Cricut. GSD, or just an SVG file. We're going to go to Design Space, and I want to do this with the perforation lines. So I'm going to click on that, and it shows up right there, and I'm going to say open in, which basically is meaning save it, and I'm going to save it to my files. And I actually have gone in and set up in my iCloud an SVG file, and I can show you that in another video. But I keep all of my SVG files right in here. So I'm going to go ahead and add. Then, if I come up to my files and go to my iCloud and my SVG files, there is my gift box with 3D lines. Right there. Or, excuse me, with my 3D bow. Okay, so now I can open up my Cricut. And we're going to go to Canvas. And we want to upload that file now to Cricut. So I'm going to hit my upload button and I'm going to browse files. And we're going to do the square box with handles and perforation lines. Whoops. You have to double tap it to get it to open up. And there's your file. Now it wants an image name. So I'm just going to write square tote with bow and save it. And now it's right there in my uploaded images, and you can see that I've already uploaded it a couple of times just because I was playing around with it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it to select. It gets the green box around it. Down in the right hand corner, the thumbnail, and it says insert. So we're going to insert it. And there it is right there on my mat. I can shrink it down to see everything. Now one of the things, I'm going to actually zoom this in so you can see it, is it says resize to a width of 11.5 inches with the padlock locked. I have just recently started adding that into my files that are for Cricut Design Space because a while ago they weren't loading in at the correct size, and so I added that on there so that people would know how big to make it. If you want to make sure that it is that 11.5 inch width, I can click on edit, and my measurement is right down here at the bottom, and it says width 11.5, so I know it's good. The next thing we need to do is, I don't want to cut out the words that say resize to 11.5, so I'm going to go to my layers panel, and actually first off I'm going to go to my actions panel and ungroup it. Then I'm going to go to my layers panel and I'm going to click on the words and I'm just going to delete them. And now I have everything ready to go, so I can come down here to make it. And you have all three mats. So there is my green mat with the 4 handles, the bow on my red mat, and the box on my yellow mat, and they are all ready to go. I'm going to hit continue. Right now I'm not hooked up to any machine, and so when it says select an accessory, there's nothing for it to select. If my machine were turned on, it would go ahead and read it. That is all you do, and that's how simple it is to download and import files and use them on your iPad. Thanks for joining me today.